Sri Asaf Syed, Secretary CPD and OIA, Minister of External Affairs, Excellencies, Ambassadors, Consul Generals and Diplomats from foreign nations in India, Sri Karikal Valiban, Special Chief Secretary, Industries, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Dr. Sri Jagan, Director of Industries, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. As India is one of the fastest growing large economies in the world, it has shown immense resilience and emerged as one of the top destinations for foreign direct investments. A large consumer base, growing disposable incomes, and an improving index for ease of doing business are some of the key drivers in evolving global preference for investing in India. IMF MD Kristalina Georgieva said recently that India deserves to be called a bright spot because it has been a fast-growing economy even during these difficult times. But most importantly, this growth is underpinned by successful reforms, structural reforms. The Government of India has also focused on a host of measures for boosting investment, including strengthening infrastructure, streamlining logistics, and developing industrial corridors. Under the overarching Make in India program and the Atmanirbhar Bharat called by Honorable Prime Minister, the objective is to improve competitiveness and achieve international scale, integrated global supply chains, and facilitate movement of local industry up the value chain. Gati Shakti and the PLI scheme are also work in that direction. In fact, Make in India program, the flagship program of the Government of India that aspires to facilitate investment, foster innovation, enhance skill development, and build best-in-class manufacturing infrastructure, completed 8 years of path-breaking reforms in September 2022. The Government of Andhra Pradesh has not just made significant strides in bringing industrialization, but also focused on sustainable development. The state has introduced the concept of industrial zoning to categorize industries based on the potential environment the industry can have. The efforts were also recognized by India's top policy think tank, Niti Aayog, which rated the state number 3 in the SDG India Index ranking for 2020-21 across social, economic, and environmental criteria. The state has strong credentials across various dimensions, which is attracting industries to start their operations. Andhra Pradesh has been consistently ranking first in the country under ease of doing business across all states of India. The Leeds 2022 report, published by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, that measures logistic ease across different states, identified Andhra Pradesh to be the top achiever in logistics ease, a strong enabler that is alluring global investors to build port-based manufacturing in India. The only state in India with 4 dedicated electronics manufacturing clusters providing abundant water, quality power, and plug-and-play facilities. Andhra Pradesh is one of the only 4 states within India with a petroleum, chemicals, and petrochemical investment region, PCPIR, approved by Government of India and is spread over 640 square kilometers. Talent availability. Andhra Pradesh has 17.9% of its total population in the working age group. It has abundant availability of skilled youths. The network of skill centers imparts youth industry-ready skilling apart from promoting on-the-job training and apprenticeship to make the demand of the local industry. Raw material availability. It is number 1 in variety production, encompassing more than 92% of variety reserves in the country. It is ranked first in the production of oil palm, papaya, lime, coconut, cocoa, tomato, and chilies. Ranked first in egg, fish, and shrimp production. Ranked first, Andhra is also home of large hectares of agroforestry, plantation that act as raw material for paper and plywood industry. The Global Investor Summit, hosted by Government of Andhra Pradesh on March 3, 2023 in Visakhapatnam, is being organized to showcase the abundant opportunities in the vibrant state of Andhra Pradesh. The state is one of the top states in economic growth, ease of doing business, FDI attraction, as well as on SDG implementation, implying a state focus on all-round inclusive development. I am sure that the summit will bring together the world's and India's best companies to Visakhapatnam. I wish the state of Andhra Pradesh all the success for the forthcoming summit. I invite all of you again to bring your industry, to bring it to Visakhapatnam for this summit on 3rd and 4th of February. Thank you very much. Yeah, March 3rd and 4th, sorry. Yeah. So, I invite you again for March 3rd and 4th for the summit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that. Moving on, I'd now like to invite the Secretary, Counselor, Passport, Visa and Overseas Indian Affairs, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, Shri Asif Saeed, IFS, to share his thoughts.
Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Jagan, Honorable Minister of Finance, Shri Bugana Rajendranath, Honorable Minister of Industries, Infrastructure, Investment, IT, Shri Gudiwada Amarnath, Shri Karakal Varavan, Special Chief Secretary, Industries, Excellencies, Ambassadors, Consul Generals and other diplomats gathered here, and my colleagues from the MEA, Shri Prabhat Kumar and others who are there, senior officials from the Government of Andhra Pradesh, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you and warm welcome to the Diplomatic Alliance Roundtable meeting this morning, chaired by Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. As you all know, the world is coming out from two major impacts. One was the COVID and another was the Ukraine-Russia crisis. And so together we have dealt with issues relating to supply chains, issues relating to food security, fertilizer security, shortage of medicines, energy shortage in some cases, inflation, all these leading to inflation in many countries. So when we look at now 2023, there is a ray of hope that the entire world will come out of this. As far as India is concerned, we know that we have assumed the chairmanship of the G20 and then meetings have started, and this year also is going to be the other summits, very important summits, CEO summits and other things which are going to take place in India. There is also a good prediction that India will emerge as a fulcrum for world's growth. So the growth will be initiated through India's growth. And you know that we have completed 75 years of independence, and looking at the next 25 years where India hopes to cross over to the developed world. There is a lot of expectation that India will become a 30 trillion economy as India will turn at 2047, and we celebrate the 100th year of our independence. So, but much of this development in India, especially the economic development, would also be getting a boost from the economic growth and support from these states. And when we talk about states, there are certain states in India which are pulling the country up because of their own growth rate. And one such state, I'm very happy to be part of this event, is the state of Andhra Pradesh. It is one of the leading states driving the growth story of India, with a GSDP of around $147 billion at current prices, and the state growing at 11.43%. This is indeed a very big boost, and it has developed infrastructure, a conducive business environment, and a very thriving industrial ecosystem for any country to look at very seriously. I had the great pleasure of being associated in some manner with the state. One, when I was posted as Consul General in Chicago, we had the first agreement between the skilling and the availability of skilled workforce, we are entering into migration and mobility partnership agreements with many countries, including with Australia, Denmark, and UK and Italy. And as part of that, we look at the ways in which India could emerge as a skill capital of the world. And very happy also to share that the southern states, leading by the state of Andhra Pradesh, is one such state where it has the industry-ready skilled workforce which is there. The focus areas, as I see in Andhra Pradesh, is agriculture, food processing, chemicals, petrochemicals, pharmaceuticals, IT, textiles and apparels, electronics, and so on and so forth. More than 150 plus foreign companies have already invested in Andhra Pradesh. It is one of the few states in India which is power surplus states. You know how important the power is, and also water abundant. So I think the most important, over and above all this, what I have said, is the dynamic leadership. You have seen the Chief Minister, Shri Jagan, a young dynamic leader with a very young team. So I think this itself is an endorsement that he is hands-on, and he will provide you with whatever support is needed, and hand-holding support, and when you look at the investment opportunities in the state. I, from the External Affairs Ministry, sir, in charge of looking after the Gulf and Ghana countries, would like to assure the state of Andhra Pradesh that the Ministry of External Affairs will work very closely with your team to not only make the investors meet next month a success, but also a consistent synergy between the diplomatic community and the industrial industry of these regions and the state of Andhra Pradesh. Thank you so much, and we have a very good interactive session today.
Thank you, sir, for that. It's now time for a very special address. For this, I'd like to invite the Honorable Minister for Industries and Commerce, Infrastructure and Investment and Information Technology, Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Gurivada Amarnath, to address the audience.
Good morning, everybody. Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Jagan, Honorable Minister for Finance, Shri Jagan, Shri Asaf Saeed, Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, Shri Prabhat Kumar Garu, IFS, Ministry of External Affairs, distinguished ambassadors, Your Excellencies, friends from industry, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all the distinguished guests gathered here today. It is a great honor to be amongst you representing Government of Andhra Pradesh, one of India's leading states. As all of you are aware, India is now the world's 5th largest economy, and the country's GDP growth has been among the highest in the world in the past decade, regularly achieving annual growth of 6 to 7%. With several path-breaking reforms and initiatives, India is measured achieving remarkable progress across economic, infrastructure, social development, and continues to develop as a powerhouse in the world. Production-linked incentives schemes, the Gati Shakti Master Plan, Make in India, ease of doing business, and ease of living are some of among the many proactive initiatives undertaken under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister. Coming to the state of Andhra Pradesh, the state of Andhra Pradesh under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Jagan has a long history of attracting investment from foreign firms. Currently, firms from more than 25 countries have set up their manufacturing units within the state. Countries such as United States, UK, Japan, Germany, Korea, France, and UAE together contribute to over 50% of FDI inflow in the state. Pharmaceuticals, automotive, chemicals, food and beverage, industrial equipment, electronics, transport and warehousing are some of the major sectors where we are witnessing investments. We expect large influx of investments into renewable energy, green hydrogen, semiconductors, electronics, battery storage vehicles, electric vehicles, and biotechnology in the coming years. As a has been consistently ranked number one amongst all states in ease of doing business as number one in the country. The ranks are based not just on the processes and systems in the state, but on the feedback provided by the industries operating in the state, which means it's even more authentic. We are now keen to focus on ensuring that Andhra Pradesh provides not just ease of doing business, but provides an environment to facilitate the low cost of doing business. For this purpose,
The state of the Andhra Pradesh provides us with a huge land parcel that helps us build a world-class car manufacturing facility, including EVs. The ease of connectivity, including proximity to major ports like Krishnapatnam and Chennai, offered by the state, has enabled us to sell our cars not just across India, but also across 95 countries in the world. We are extremely grateful to the government AP for the support we have received, even during the tough COVID periods that help us manufacturing cars safely. It strengthens our faith and belief in the state's ecosystem that truly nurtures growth. The state of AP is rich in resources, offers a good infrastructure, and its pro-business policy has made it an ideal location for investment. We GIA India look forward to contributing to the state's economic growth in the coming futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Park, for that. I'd now like to invite Mr. Yamaguchi, the MD and CEO of Toray Industries, to address the audience.
Good morning to all also, and thank you so much to invite us. It's great honor to have this opportunity. So, I'm Masahiro Yamaguchi, MD CEO of Toray Industries. So, Toray is starting operation from 2019 April in Sri City, Andhra Pradesh. So then at that time we invested 1,000 crore in Andhra Pradesh. So, and we start two business units, PP Spun Bond and engineering plastics business. So after then we started operation. After that, COVID-19 pandemic happened. So once we stopped operation, but thanks to the huge supporting from Andhra Pradesh, we restarted operation from June 2020, and then we continue our production till now. So then we decided to invest third business unit in Andhra Pradesh. So, according to our business plan, mid-term plan and long-term plan, we are considering to our facility and the production capability more than double. So, till 2030. So, I strongly expect Andhra Pradesh support for our investment, and let's grown up together with Andhra Pradesh and the industries. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yamaguchi, for sharing your experience. Next up, I'd like to invite Mr. Deepak Dharnarajan Iyer, President, Cadbury India, USA.
Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Ministers, other dignitaries, and fellow colleagues from the industry, good morning, good afternoon, namaskaram. I'm pleased to represent Mondelez India. Many of you hopefully would know our products, Cadbury chocolates, Oreo biscuits, Bonvita amongst others, so hopefully it brings a smile to your face. But that's not what I come to talk about today, but I'm actually come here to say we are very, very proud partners of the state government of Andhra Pradesh, who have been very proactive and supportive ever since we started our factory in Sri City in 2016. A little bit about the factory and our operations, and then I'll go on to say how the government has supported us. In Sri City, we have the largest chocolate manufacturing site across Asia Pacific. We invested, from the time we started till now, more than 2,500 crores since 2016 when we started and commissioned the factory. We have created more than 600 direct jobs and several thousand other indirect jobs engaged in transportation, warehousing, and distribution. You'll be happy to know that approximately 50% of the operators in our factory who run our machines are actually women. and we were recruited from small villages across Andhra Pradesh, skilled by us, and running the most advanced factory in Asia Pacific. We are very, very proud that the state had such great talent to offer to us, and we could really make a big impact in the local communities. You'll also be happy to know that 80% of the people we employ in the factory are locals. And one thing that we are really very happy about, which we just got recently recognized with, is our factory got awarded by World Economic Forum the Digital Lighthouse Factory for the year last year. The only second factory across industries in India to be awarded this, and it is right here in Andhra Pradesh in Sri City. A lot of us know about our products and our factories in Andhra Pradesh, but very few people know that apart from manufacturing, we are also growing cocoa in the state of Andhra Pradesh in several districts: East Godavari, West Godavari, Vizag, Vijayanagaram, amongst the others. We bring approximately 3,000 to 4,000 farmers every year under cocoa cultivation. It's a great crop because it doesn't need more land. It can grow between 2 coconut and palm trees. Together with the farmers, we grow 8,000 to 9,000 tons of cocoa every year. And what you must keep in mind is cocoa is not a tropical crop, it's an equatorial crop. But we are adapting it and growing it with the help of farmers in a tropical climate. And also, while this is our factory, we had 2 lines in the same factory. Today we have 6 operating lines and 1 more coming up in a few months from now. So we have very, very strong plans to expand in Sri City, and we'll continue to invest over the next few years, and we look forward to continued guidance and support, including financial benefits from the government. But let me end by saying a thank you on many, many counts to the government. We would like to place on record our deepest gratitude to the government of AP for providing one of the best single window clearances system that the entire country has to offer. And we can tell you we do a business across the country for many, many years, and this is one of the best. We are also thankful for the government authorities and also the Sri City management for providing really excellent infrastructure and utilities in our factory there. We are also thankful for the special support that all of you gave during COVID. It was extremely tough to run a factory, but this was one factory that we could run without too many issues and throughout entire COVID. So thank you very much, and we are really very happy to be a partners to state government.
Thank you, Mr. Iyer, for that. Yes, your mention of Cadbury chocolates did bring a smile to many, as well as your honest experience and just about your experience in the state. Thank you so much for that. Moving on, I'd like to invite Mr. Roshan Gunawardana, the Director, Everton Tea India Private Limited, Italy.
Honorable Chief Minister, respected officials, dignitaries and colleagues, good afternoon to you all. I'm Roshan, I represent Everton Tea India Private Limited. We're a subsidiary of Everton Group, Italy. We were established in 2011 in Sri City, SEZ, and have grown significantly since then. Even though Andhra is not typically known as a tea state, we put our faith in Andhra Pradesh and in Sri City, and have been rightfully justified in doing so over and over. So also, as mentioned, the ease of doing business was one factor that was prevailing at the time of investment. The Sri City support that we got from Sri City, the support that we got from the government, and other factors such as the connectivity, things like that that were mentioned, were some of the reasons that we chose to invest in Andhra Pradesh, and we are glad to have done so. We also hire basically 99% of our employees are local from Andhra Pradesh, myself being the exception, although I would like to say that I can proudly say that I've called Andhra Pradesh my home for the last 8 years. And we are also very, very grateful to the officials. As mentioned during COVID, we were in less than 2 weeks, we were able to get up and running again from the support of the local authorities, Sri City, the local respective authorities. It was, let's say, even though surrounding areas may have been in the red category, we were always green. It was actually safer for me to be in Sri City than outside of Sri City, and we were able to get up and running very soon. That was a really great accomplishment, and we are very appreciative of that. We're also looking forward to expand further in Andhra Pradesh, in our factory in Sri City. We're looking forward to grow and look forward to the support from the state, Sri City, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gunawardana, for that. I'd now like to invite Mr. Sergio Lee, Director at Apache and Hilltop Group, Taiwan.
Honorable Chief Minister, respective Minister, and delegates, and ladies and gentlemen, and namaste. Very good morning. This is my honor to be here and to share Apache's successful story today. My name is Sergio Lee. Apache is a Taiwanese company established in 2006, manufacturer of Adidas world-class sports shoes with 15,000 employees. We are 100% export to all over the world. And I can say this is a successful story because at beginning, we are already successful. By the way, at that time, the chief minister is the current chief minister's father. I say that was successful beginning because from the MOU signed, we signed the MOU to the first shoes produced in India, we only took 9 months. And this is impossible to achieve it without the AP state support. And we are looking forward right now, we are working together to Apache India 2 project. This is the project which we dedicate a lot of effort. We use Apache Group's 30 years experience using the last technology and also green energy concept to build and set up this facility. And we're looking forward to contribute economic growth together in an AP state. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, for that. Now I'd like to invite Mr. B. Santhanam, the MD, Asia Pacific Region at Saint-Gobain Industries, France.
Thank you. Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Ministers, international diplomatic community, it's indeed a privilege to speak at this important event on behalf of Saint-Gobain France. And Saint-Gobain has invested over 12,000 crores in the last 2 decades in India. I must confess that this has happened and we were late to come to Andhra Pradesh. And over the last few years, we invested significantly in Andhra Pradesh near Visakhapatnam. And it has been an incredible experience. We invested right through during the COVID period, and we started this factory just as the second wave of COVID hit us. And that extraordinary amount of support that we got from the establishment, the government establishment and the bureaucracy has been one of the reasons why this is one of the most prosperous unit that we have inaugurated recently. I also want to add one element that in a year's time, this particular unit will become almost completely sustainable because it uses energy from biomass and it's totally sustainable unit. I have few things to say why we believe Andhra Pradesh is a great place to invest. Firstly, I think one of the ministers referred to, if you're really looking for competence, I think the state has it in abundance. People talent, extraordinary amount of people talent. You don't have to really look for talented pool outside that. But more importantly, I think the talent provided by the administration as well as the political leadership is extraordinary. And that translates into solving many of your problems. And there is a huge degree of commitment to solve the problem. We witnessed that during the COVID, where we were able to continue to run our operations with a lot of challenges, but support extended by the administration, the industries department, and everyone. There is also a massive commitment by the bureaucracy as well as the political leadership to really make you successful. And you see this in many areas. And then I want to say that many of us come to the state, while there are many other things which are there, the state also promises certain amount of fiscal incentives. And this is one state, they walk the talk in terms of providing the fiscal incentives in the right time. And therefore, there's a huge amount of credibility. They walk the talk in terms of what they commit to and what they promise. And as a state which has really consistently improved itself, you can see that in the ease of doing business, the state has now become #1, and it's one of the best states to do. So therefore, when I look at it, when you look at for abundance meets prosperity, if you really want prosperous businesses, which all of us are wanting, I think this is a state which give you abundant people talent, abundant and committed political leadership, a very strong industry departments and all of them. So therefore, you really have something very unique that is there. So if you have to choose in one of the many states that invest in India, I think Andhra Pradesh could be one of the top states. And we really look forward to really continuing this story that we began just 3 years ago. We look forward to continuing the story, and the very best for this global investor meet that's going to be in Vizag. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Santhanam, for that. And once again, thank you to all the gentlemen for sharing their thoughts on their experience, rather, in Andhra Pradesh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's often said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, a video is definitely worth many million words then. So here's a quick glimpse at what Andhra Pradesh stands for, why the state has a strong foundation and fantastic resources to be the choice of the businesses of tomorrow. Let's take a look.
India's gateway to Southeast Asia. 974-kilometer long coastline. Robust industrial infrastructure. 3 industrial corridors, 6 ports, 6 airports, diverse industrial base, industry-ready skilled workforce, plug-and-play facilities for industries. #1 in ease of doing business based on 100% perception survey for the last 2 editions. Advantage Andhra Pradesh, where abundance meets prosperity. A new era has begun in Andhra Pradesh, an era of innumerable opportunities and immense possibilities. Dedicated efforts of the visionary Chief Minister, Honorable Shri Y.S. Jagan Reddy, has carved a new identity for the state by measuring up to all parameters of development, trade and investment.
The performance stands testimony to our belief that right infrastructure and enabling policies, these two are very, very important.
Andhra Pradesh is powering its development through the available land, water, forest and mineral resources. The state is a logistics marvel on the eastern coast with a coastline of 974 kilometers, which is the second longest in India, thus making it a gateway to Southeast Asia. The state has retained its top position in the ease of doing business for the last few years. Quality power and water availability, a conducive business environment, low cost of doing business, vendor base and supply chain linkages, and proximity to R&D hubs and markets give Andhra Pradesh a 360-degree advantage in every sector. Powering the story of growth through the focus sectors, the state registered the highest GSDP growth rate of 11.43% during the 2021-2022 fiscal year, higher than the country's GDP growth rate. The government of Andhra Pradesh is transforming the state into a model state with a strong reform agenda. The government has identified 13 focus sectors for attracting sector-specific investment opportunities, abounding with advantages. These are core sectors the state government is focusing on. Andhra Pradesh is at the forefront of developing industrial infrastructure. The state has an abundant land bank of approximately 46,000 acres of industrial development, with industrial zoning as the key focus area to provide a risk-free, investment-friendly environment. A big credit for immense success in every field goes to plug-and-play model and industrial hubs. This includes YSR Jagan Mega Industrial Hub, YSR Electronic Manufacturing Cluster, Industrial Corridors, PCPIR and Beach IT model. With 6 airports, the state has the largest number of operational airports. Air freight traffic is increasing impressively year after year. State-of-the-art cargo handling facilities are available at major airports. Taking benefit of the strategic location of the state, the goal is to establish AP as a strategic air cargo hub. The state is taking special steps to handle double the ship traffic and cargo in the next 5 years. The port capacity of the state has increased by 75%. Direct calls with Southeast Asian economies also reduce transit time. The state has plans to develop a port or fishing harbour every 50 kilometers along its coast to generate employment and spur economic growth. Another feather in its cap is multiple industrial corridors. Andhra Pradesh is the only state to have 3 industrial corridors for accelerated development across the state. Visakhapatnam-Chennai Industrial Corridor, Chennai-Bengaluru Industrial Corridor, Hyderabad-Bengaluru Industrial Corridor. Steadily working towards its mission of decarbonized economy, the state houses 4 solar parks of the Government of India. It is also home to the world's largest integrated renewable energy storage project. Implementing the future of mobility, vehicles to grid philosophy, 80,000 acres of land has been identified for solar, wind and solar wind hybrid projects.
What we see today would stand out for the future of this country. In fact, what Andhra Pradesh today is showcasing will be the triggering point for this entire country to follow in the days to come, when the usage of fossil fuels would take a backseat and renewable energy would take a front row seat.
Due to the state government's visionary approach, the state is geared up to meet the demand for electric vehicles in the world. India is one of the few countries in the world that supports the global EV 30 at 30 campaign, and the state will play an important role in India's successful contribution. The state exports auto components and electronics to more than 30 countries. Automobile clusters, 21 auto nagars, proximity to consumption centers and focus on EV public transportation have made Andhra Pradesh the automobile hub of the country. The pharma sector has also benefited from the state's industry-centric policies. The next phase of development in pharma is focused on collaborations exploring bulk drugs, including medical device technology, biosimilars, gene therapy and specialty drugs. Andhra Pradesh is the only state in South India selected by Government of India to establish a bulk drug park. Andhra Pradesh's excellence in the electronics and IT sector is well known. The state has emerged as one of the fastest growing global manufacturing hotspots. With its strong ESDM ecosystem across the value chain, it accounts for 10% of national electronic production. It has the distinction of being the only state in India with 4 dedicated electronics manufacturing clusters. More than 3.5 million mobile phones are manufactured here every month. 60% of the state's population is associated with agriculture and agribusiness. The state ranks first in terms of the total value of trade on the national agricultural market. It is the largest producer of shrimps in India. Andhra Pradesh is one of the 4 states in the country to have a 640 square kilometer petroleum, chemicals and petrochemicals investment region, PCPIR, recognized by the Government of India. The state is committed to becoming the chosen investment destination in India in aerospace and defense manufacturing. Andhra Pradesh is working on creating a transformational and affordable model for healthcare in the state. Andhra Pradesh MedTech Zone has the distinction of being India's first manufacturing hub for medical devices. The MSME sector manufactures a variety of products in sectors such as agri and food processing, automotives, textiles, construction materials and others. To encourage the sector, the state is giving preferential market access to MSMEs in all government procurement. The state is committed to quality education and skill development as a focus sector, with multiple initiatives in place. The state is focusing on creating a world-class industry-ready workforce. Andhra Pradesh is committed to promoting green textile to achieve sustainable long-term goals in the textile sector. The exquisite handloom and crafts industry of the state has its own special identity. Due to the dedicated efforts of the state government, the works of the weavers and craftsmen here have become popular all over the world. Andhra Pradesh is one of the preferred tourism destinations in India. The state government provides multiple opportunities for developing tourism projects and related services to cater to the state's vast potential and avenues. The growth story of Andhra Pradesh speaks volumes about the dedicated efforts and commitment of the Honorable Chief Minister to take the state to new heights.
Like-minded companies from all over the globe to come over to set up their shop in India, and especially in Andhra Pradesh.
Come, join us on this exciting journey of technological innovations, profitable business and sustainable development. Advantage Andhra Pradesh, where abundance meets prosperity.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was just a brief glimpse. We promise there is a lot more for you to see when you come to Visakhapatnam on the 3rd and 4th of March this year. Well, moving on, it's now time to hear from the man whose vision for the future of Andhra Pradesh is at the center of the Andhra Pradesh Global Investors Summit 2023. I'd like to request the young and dynamic leader, the Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy, to deliver his keynote address.
Honorable Ambassadors, Consul Generals and diplomats, my colleagues from the State Cabinet, and my special thanks to Shri Prabhat Kumar, IFS Secretary, Government of India, Shri Ausaf Saeed, IFS also Secretary, External Affairs, and of course industry leaders and representatives, dignitaries and ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning and a very warm welcome once again from my side. I think there's so much has been already spoken about the state and by so many people, and especially by quite a few testimonies. In fact, by Mr. Park of Kia Motors, Mr. Yamaguchi of Toray Industries, Japan, Mr. Deepak of Cadbury, and Mr. Roshan of Everton Tea from Italy, and Mr. Santanam from Saint Gobain, I think from France. I think these testimonies also stand to tell a lot about Andhra Pradesh. In brief, I would not take much of your time because it will only be a repetition of what the others have already spoken. In brief, my conclusions are, this is an outreach program and we are here to communicate to you that you mean a lot. And we are here to give you a platform in Andhra Pradesh, an experience in Andhra Pradesh that would be far more different, that would be different from any other state. In fact, thanks to our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, the platform of India is already on the global diaspora. And now, as far as Andhra Pradesh is concerned, as far as a state within India, Andhra Pradesh is concerned, to just speak a few words of it, all what I'd like to say is, we are the fastest growing state in the country, with 11.43% GSDP. And we are also rated in the sphere of ease of doing business. We are rated #1 in this country for the past 3 years in a row. And especially when entrepreneurs are to give their opinion, when industry is supposed to give their opinion, and when that is taken into perspective, we are rated #1 in ease of doing business consecutively for the last 3 years in a row. I think that would speak volumes of what we are doing in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And as the video played earlier clearly showcased that we have a 974-kilometer coastline. We have 6 ports which are in operational in 4 locations. We're adding 4 more ports to the existing 6 that are already in operation, and 6 airports as well. And we're also constructing 3 industrial corridors with the help of central government, of course. Out of 11 industrial corridors which are coming up in this country, 3 of them are coming up in our state, which would speak volumes about the kind of development, the kind of connectivity the state would offer to the industrial community. And of course, we have a treasure house of 48 minerals suitable for various mineral-specific industries as well. And most importantly, the ease of doing business, which speaks about a single desk portal, wherein all the approvals are deemed given within 21 days. I mean, that itself would stand as a testimony of how swift and how fast we are. And you have a lot of industrial clusters, electronic and manufacturing clusters. We have, in that arena, we have 4 clusters. Toy clusters, we have 2 of them in that arena. Food processing clusters, we have 2 of them in that arena. Textile parks, we have 10 in that arena. Cement clusters, we have 2 in that arena. Medical devices, manufacturing cluster, we have 1 in that arena. Pharma clusters, automobile clusters, all these are also automobile clusters. We have 4, pharma clusters, we have 2. All these are also readily available along with plug and play model as well. So here I am to invite you to Visakhapatnam, which is going to be our capital in the days to come. I myself would also be shifting over to Visakhapatnam in the months to come as well. And we are organizing this global summit, investor summit in Visakhapatnam on March 3rd and 4th. And I take this opportunity to personally invite all of you to this summit in Visakhapatnam and request all of you to not only come over there, but also put in a strong, good word to your colleagues abroad to come and visit us, see for themselves how easy it is to do business in our state of Andhra Pradesh. And my profound thanks once again, because all of you have taken out the time to come and see us here. And I look forward to meeting you, all of you, once again in Visakhapatnam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your visionary words. I'd now like to open the house for our esteemed guests to briefly share their thoughts